I'm back at a creek that runs through town, kind of on the outside of town, that I've fished several times, and it's always been full of sunfish, and I've actually caught a couple good bass out of here. But I haven't been here since last year, since last summer, and this is end of May. So it's almost like going to a whole new creek. Every time you go to these smaller streams, they change so much. The deep holes are one place and they turns flat. These gravel bottom streams are just totally wash out. I'm not sure if it's gonna be the same or not. I know there's gonna be some deep holes somewhere. I'm kind of gonna target some sunfish, but also maybe we'll come across some good bass. So I think it'll be interesting to see what I catch today. There's a whole bunch of little fish right in this little deep hole, and they're biting at it. I don't even. Oh, I got a fish already. I got a shiner. I just dropped it right in front of me. Hadn't even started yet. There's all kinds of shiners in there. So I got a little jig on 1/64 ounce jig head. So I'm gonna start real small. I got 8-pound braid on this setup, so I can cast some bigger lures for bass, but still I can throw these little lures. Oh, I got one. I landed one. That's what it is. There's a ton of little stuff. I've always seen a lot of life in the streams, because this runs into, it's like a small creek. It runs into a creek about 3-4 times the size of this, and the little fish really run up in here to grow and stuff. This used to be a big, deep hole here. It's long, but it's like totally flat now. Oh, yeah, so bigger. What do we have? Nice bluegill. That is nice. All right, working our way up. I think we'll come across a couple of good ones. And I think just a lot of sunfish all day. Bunch of bluegill already. Let's see, where's the other sunfish at? Oh, and there we go, next cast. Another bluegill. Oh, yeah, I let it pause and something swallowed it. And another bluegill. That's funny. Sometimes I'll go, well, like the next stretch I go to, maybe all red breast or like green sunfish, but everything's bluegill right here. Hey, they're smacking this little thing. Hey, a bass. Okay, look at that little largemouth. That's what's so fun about these little small creeks. They're just nurseries for little fish to come up to, where they can escape, have a, you know, a smaller habitat for them, more their size. But sometimes the bigger ones will stay up in here too. So we've already got a shiner, bluegill, largemouth, and another fish. Ooh, he's a strong one. And bluegill. Oh man, they are just inhaling that. Letting it sit there. And another bluegill. That's why I went the smaller lure. Let me show you what it is after I get this guy off. All right, this thing is a horsefly. Look at that little size. 1.3 inches from Mule Fishing Supply. I saw them, I've seen them for a while. I know the guy that makes them and stuff, and I see him catch a ton of fish on them. So I'm like, I want to order some myself and try them out. So I got these to start with. I got on a little 1/64 ounce jig head, just a perfect little size. And maybe a little small. If I was throwing this all day, I'd probably throw it on like 2-pound line, or 4-pound. But I got it on my braids, so that means I am going to be upsizing as we go through. And we will put on some bigger, a little bit bigger lures I think as we come across some deeper holes. Little fish on, little bluegill. What? What's that? Hey, another species. There we go. See? It's funny. Got all those bluegill back there, all of a sudden, boom, red breast. All right, the colorful, one of the most colorful sunfish, the red breast sunfish. All right, that's what, up to four species now. All right, I got something. What is it? Another shiner. There was like a 50, 60 fish probably easy in that little pool right there. Probably shiners and sunfish and little bass and chubs, I don't know. But I cast it in there, like all these fish just started like swimming around. There they are. Come on. Dude, there's so many in there. It's like nipping at it. Oh, there's a good one. Eat it, eat it. Got him. You can just see the bigger bodies of some of these. Oh, nice. That is a nice bluegill out of this little creek. That's really good. Okay, I think it's time to upsize already. I know that, well, there used to be some deeper holes coming up, but even some of these holes, they don't look very deep, but there can be some bigger fish in there, and sometimes they just will wait to come out for a bigger bite. So let me look at my bag and we'll put something else on there. Not exactly going that much bigger. I'd say just go with a donkey tail. It's like a little swim bait, 1.6 inches. So we only went up 0.3 inches, but I did go with a little bit bigger jig head, 1/32 ounce, because getting it ready for the next lure we go to. The water is just kind of a little while without rain. Let's see if we can pull something out of here. These holes have to be holding. Oh, what was that? Something came and bit it and let go. These holes have to be holding some fish. Oh, there's some bigger ones. Yeah. Oh, I see some bass too. Okay. Yep, I told you these holes, they're gonna be holding some fish. I just gotta get them to come out of there. Okay, here's a bluegill, and I saw a little bass following. Oh, I know there's some decent ones hanging out in there. That's the thing, you know those big ones are just sitting in there, hiding in that stuff, while the little ones go crazy and bite everything. This material is a lot stretchier and tougher than I thought. It's not really tearing, and because I'm getting lots of little tugs and they're pulling on it and hasn't tore at all. Now that looks like it'll get some bass. 2.8 inches, same lure, donkey tail. This one is just black. This right here is what I'm hoping, because those little bass, even like a 7 or 8 inch bass can get this in their mouth, but I'm hoping there's some like 12 to 14 inch fish. Yeah. I'm sitting here tying on another lure. I've seen all kinds of different fish come through. Might not be able to see them that good, but I don't know where they went, but there were several little bass that were coming through. There's all these little minnows. Focus here. There's the life in these little streams is what always amazes me, is like how much stuff there is. Over here, there's tiny little minnows swimming every which way. Oh, they're right here in front of me now. Out there, there's bigger minnows hanging out by that log, just in the current. Back over there in the deep section, there's sunfish, and oh, there's the bass. And there's several little largemouth bass that are just kind of moving around, doing their thing. Oh yeah. Finally got something. Oh, what is that? Oh, okay. Dude, that's a good rock bass. I don't think I've ever caught a rock bass out of this part. Out of this creek. All right, I knew that there was some fish in here that's gonna have a big enough mouth to just take a hold of that thing. Yeah. Of course, the rock bass do. What is that? Bluegill, red breast, shiner, largemouth, rock bass. 5 species. Alrighty. There we go. Oh, it's a nice red. Oh, that's a nice bluegill. How did he get that thing in his mouth? Wow. Look how round they are. These guys, they're so aggressive, and especially in creeks. Like, they'll hit, you know, a lure 5 times sometimes before they get hooked. Go. Yeah, that's what I wanted to find. There we go. Let's get into the largemouth. I've seen several this size. I couldn't get the hit yet, but as you can see, I'm getting to a long stretch here where it's a little deeper, more stable. You know, that's a what, 6-7 inch largemouth. They got no trouble hitting. This is almost 3 inches long. That ain't nothing for them. But also, if I come across a 2-pounder, he ain't gonna have no trouble eating it either. Oh, I had it. That was another one. I think that was another largemouth. Yeah, there he is. There's a couple aggressive ones. Nice. All right. Like, I don't know if these guys would have bit that smaller lure. Sometimes these creeks, sometimes they will. Sometimes they just won't hit smaller lures. That I don't know why. Like they need something worthwhile. Like, I can eat anything. Give me something worth going for. Dude, I think this is the exact spot where I was standing when that tree almost fell on me. It was somewhere right around here. I can't remember, it was somewhere right around here. I remember crossing and it fell in the water. And it just, a big old limb came out of one of these trees. If I have the clip, I'll show it. But that was from like, I think 2 years ago when I fished here. Dang! Holy cow! I just about got crushed. I heard a crack and a log just fell out of that tree right there, right beside me. Ooh, thank you, Lord. But it actually like landed and almost, it was like really close to hitting me. Oh. Oh yeah, what is that? Oh my goodness. Look at this, look at that bluegill. That is a slab. Hold still, hold still. Oh man, that is just like a really healthy bluegill. Like a round, He's probably only 7 inches long. He's so round. That's a big bluegill. What's that? Oh, a little largemouth. Dude, there's so many sunfish through here. I'm kind of glad I'm using this bigger lure, because then I'm like, I would be catching fish like every other cast, but they're just like pecking at it, and it allows me to get some of these bigger ones out of there, like that big bluegill. There could be some more of those for sure. There's a little deep hole here. Oh, a lot of them are just grabbing the tail of it and really pulling on it. How am I getting these sunfish? They're hitting it so aggressively, they won't let go, and then somehow they're getting hooked. I got it. Somehow hooked another sunfish. Goodness, these bluegill are so aggressive. It's not what I thought I'd be catching most of my fish today. So there's about an hour and a half of fishing with these mule fishing supply company lures. I actually am surprised how durable this stuff was. I did not expect that. It is very stretchy. This one right here, I caught a bunch of fish on it, and it's still good. It's got a little holes there where I had the hooks in it, but that thing is still stretchy and still hanging on. I had so many little fish like nibble at it and grab it and jerk on the end, but that's the kind of stuff you can find sometimes. You find a little stream somewhere. A lot of the streams that flow into bigger creeks, those fish go out of the river into the little creeks, or into the bigger creeks, and then into the little creeks, and they push up as far as they can, and you never know what you're gonna get. Like that, I was not expecting a big old bluegill like that. There were several bass that didn't hit, so I don't know what was going on with that. And then there was a log jam that was going on, so I don't know if I need to try to clear that out. I don't know if I can, but next time I come, you know, probably in another month or two, I'll try to visit this creek again. It'll probably look totally different, but there's just so much life in here. But yeah, so that's my first try using these. I've been wanting to try them out for a while, and they make a lot of little small lures, and I love little lures like that. They can catch anything. So this right here on a little 1/64 ounce jig head, 1.3 inch horsefly, that's gonna catch about any little fish you want to catch. And then the swim baits, I'm gonna have to try some more of these. So I didn't do a lot of fishing with them. I just wanted to try them out. Now I kind of know what they are and what they're about, you know, kind of the durability and the great action it has. So I'll probably try them some more. But man, it's a fun little time out here in the stream. I just love getting out in these little creeks. And a lot of times I'm just doing an assessment. I'm just seeing what's out there. Like, what kind of fish are in here? How's the population of this? I've never been to the stream and caught that many bluegill, and that's a good sign, I guess. But usually it's a lot more green sunfish and hybrids. There's a lot of like hybrids from green sunfish, bluegill hybrids. I would catch them in here. Didn't catch a single one. So I feel like that's good. There were some largemouth. I didn't catch any spotted bass. I usually catch some spotted bass out of here. So things are always changing, but it could all change in another month or two when different fish move around. So that's the fun of exploring and having some lures that can catch all kinds of different species. That way you can see what's in there. Thanks for watching.